Welcome to the BBC Podcast. Tapping in with Tunchi again. Today, got another Money Monday for you guys, but we're going to go real deep, man. I was able to reach a real good entrepreneur. He's going to break it down, show you his hustle, show you why you need to sign up with him. Let's get it.
Well, what's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. We help people start, grow, and scale commercial cleaning company. Well, really any type of cleaning company, but I specialize in commercial cleaning, which is basically when you clean the buildings instead of the houses. We got a mobile app as well, so our company is really more of a software company. But I started off as a commercial cleaner myself, just cleaning buildings. When I started my first company in 19. Since now I'm 35, so been in the game for a long time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just out here trying to help other people get it with me.
Okay. Man, so if you can speak up on that, man, at 19, like what made you not want to just be, I mean, you probably had your free time and still had your fun, but like how were you focused on like, man, I'm going to start a business versus like just getting a job and just working?
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I really didn't have no free time and a lot of fun. Like, and the times where I did have free time, it was more so like going to kick it at one of my boys' house or something, and we'll drink and smoke or something like that. But outside of that, it couldn't have been nothing that was like cost money. You know what I mean? Because I was real like,
okay.
I was big on it. I mean, so like, I settled down early. I mean, me and my girl, we moved in our first place. I think she was 18, I was 19, and so we got a place together, which that worked out. So speaking and I know a lot of people speak on that, should it be 50-50 thing? So just to touch on that. We did 50-50 because that was the only way we could afford it. you know what I mean? But anyway, but yeah, bro. So, but I kind of got on that because I just knew early on, like even in high school, I knew, man, I ain't gonna be able to get up. You know what I mean? I hated getting up for school every morning. I know I won't try to get up for a job every day. And I got lucky and I came across this guy named Pop. Well, he had a cleaning company himself. He had a franchise.
Okay.
And so he hired me and my two homeboys to work for him. And when he gave us our first check, I was like, damn, this is legit. Like, by the way, you cuss over here?
Yeah, you straight. Go ahead.
Okay, back. Just making sure. So, but yeah, we like, damn. So I'm like, damn. So this is a black man, got his own business. He literally wrote us a check. Like, I had a job at a grocery store called Farm Fresh at first. I'm from Virginia originally, by the way. I'm in Florida now.
Okay.
We had a grocery store called Farm Fresh, and you know what I mean? Like, it was one thing getting a check from that corporation, but to get a check from another black man. So I asked him, like, man, I got to do this too. And he was like, you just get your money, invest in it, and you just do it. And I was like, you ain't got to go to college now? He was like, no. I said, all right, bet. You know what I mean? So I knew early on I was going to do that because he ride around in the Audi. You know what I mean? He had the high ride downtown.
Okay, so he had the social proof for the whole thing.
Exactly. And then he always had some younger girls with him. I mean, like he was living. So it was just like, and it was just something that I knew that it was attainable for me. If he could do it, I knew I could do it.
Okay. That's what's up. This is all you yourself. Like you didn't have like no family members pushing you, like driving. You got your homeboys on you. Like, hey, I'm gonna ride with you, man. Whatever you want to do, man. I'm gonna work with you.
Yeah, no, it definitely was all me. I got to give my wife credit. She's my wife now. She won't then. But I mean, it took us 10 years to get married because just going through that struggle phase and couldn't afford to get married. But she won't really, nobody sold on it at first. You know what I mean? She won't really sold. I mean, she was with it. She like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, I got you. I mean, so, and as time went on, as the business started to make some traction, she did quit her job. It took me a while to convince her, but she quit her job, went all in on it with me to help me clean them buildings. You know what I mean? Anytime I had to get her to cover or do something for me, she would do it. Like she wasn't never really like entrepreneur type, but she was supportive. You know what I mean? Where she knew like, all right, well, I'm a ride. And I wouldn't even say, I don't know, because I'm like, she was definitely a rider. That's what I'm gonna say. She definitely
Okay.
was a rider, like, because we definitely butted heads a lot of times.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
I
mean?
mean,
About
that's all part of the relationship, man. That's how it works.
yeah,
But communication,
for
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? That yeah, communication is but what'll iron that out. You get past it. But man, like for you to have a real woman that go through like that, man, because I'm a business owner too. Like there's been hella good times, and there's been some bad times where like, damn, do I need to go get a clock in job? Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And if she stuck by you, man, you got a good one. So that's what's up.
For sure. Shout out to my wife, man.
So for the younger crowd, man, like this is perfect that you started so young. So to be, I say this speak to like anybody that's 18 to 25, like where besides like having like I guess you would say like how you saw somebody that you actually worked for and they was paying you and you actually like seeing like the results like man, you know I could do this too. Like how can somebody get out that slump? Like how you said like they know they don't want to get up, clock in, they always late for work. They always like what are the benefits of them owning their business and stuff like that and starting something like a cleaning business?
Yeah, so the benefits obviously like I mean you ain't gotta get up and go to work. You got your freedom. And then obviously eventually if you stick with it, you're gonna have wealth. And see, like anybody from about 18 about basically before you're 30,
Mm.
I recommend that you pick one business that you know for a fact that works.
Mm.
Not no MLM or nothing like that, but a
Mm.
real business.
Mm.
I mean, whether it could be a dirty business like the cleaning business
Mm.
or lawn care, something like that,
Yeah.
or it could be something on the internet. And I mean, you could drop shipping or e-commerce or
Mm.
uh, however you want to do it, a YouTube channel, because that's
Yeah.
how I really like blew up, and I'll
Yeah.
get into
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
later. But you know what I mean? But it's like, well, whatever you pick, go all in on it, bro. And be prepared to spend 10 years on it because it's going to take 10 years.
That's what I was gonna
Sometimes
ask
you
you
could,
next. Yeah. Like I know a lot
you
of
know what
people
I
just think
mean?
that they can start a business in 1-2 years and they think that they made it, man. Now like how long would you say that you know you're an established business?
Yeah. So, again, I started my first, and I'm giving you the very, very condensed version of all of this,
Mm.
right? Because I
Yeah.
had multiple different businesses. It ain't like I just
Mm.
started that and then it worked, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
uh, but I'll say this: I started my first company in 19. That was a cleaning company.
Mm.
I started my second one at 20. I think it was 21 or 22. That was a barber shop. Started a second barber shop at 26, and then started my fourth business at 26 again. I think it was, and it was another cleaning company, and that was the one that really started to get some money. Like that was the first time I saw 6 figures before from a company,
Mm.
and then when I started my company after that, my fifth company was Queen Biz Network.
Mm.
That's when I actually got financially free. Like, so I always tell people the cleaning business got me out of a job,
Okay.
but my Clean Biz Network got me, which is a software company, got me financially free. So,
Mm.
but my only advice to my younger people right now, man, is just pick one thing. Stop having that look where every time you think something new, oh, Bitcoin up, or I got to
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
new meme.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Nah, I mean,
Focus
and
on
for
one
real,
thing.
and I'm gonna say something to go against a lot of what most people say. But even the stock, bro, you ain't got to worry about that right now. Don't worry
Mm.
about no stocks,
Mm.
TSP, the 401k, none of that. Lock in on your business. Now, I mean, and I did pick up a rental property early on.
Mm.
That helped, but I mean, extra $400 after the
Yeah.
mortgage, like
Yeah.
that
Like
ain't
you
making
paying.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It
get
was
you.
good on paper for the net
Yeah.
worth because of the equity building up. Now, I
Yeah.
mean, I was able to borrow against it later to put into this company here, but I didn't need that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like the only thing that really took me from nothing to something was having a one real business. Now I mean, don't worry about no even the business credit. Everybody wanted to get business credit early. You don't even really need that until you got a proven concept that's gonna be able to pay it back. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So
Mm.
find something that you can start that's low cost to get started in, go all in on and keep building it. And I mean, you definitely get there for sure. And at the end, you in your 30s like I am. Shit, I'm practically retired. You know what I mean? Like I probably work Tuesday through Thursday. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Okay. That's what's up.
Tuesday night could be Saturday night. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
however I want to do it. You know what I mean? I don't got to report to nobody. So, but that's all because I sacrificed my whole 20s. I ain't
Mm.
go out to the club. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
I ain't I'm out here tricking up on women. You know what I mean? Like
That's right.
I had a real high budget. We couldn't spend a certain amount. You know what I mean? So just you got to lock in all the way around.
Okay. What would you say to start the cleaning business? Do you need to have credit?
Credit?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So now, and full transparency here. So the first time I started my cleaning company, I used what I used. I used some type of lump sum of money I got. Oh, so I used a tax refund.
Okay.
right? So that was the first one I did the first time. My second cleaning company, I used what did I use for the second one? Loan. So I did go get personal loan, but not
Okay.
business loan. It's Springleaf Financial, One Main Financial,
Mm.
and Davy Federal, and combined all them loans together. You
Okay.
know what I mean? And I actually didn't get to put them on. My goal was to put them all into the cleaning business and go big.
Mm.
But my rental property that I had foundations issues, so the majority of that money ended up having to go into that,
Mm.
just coincidentally. So I only have left about $5 grand after putting all of the money into the property I had. And
Okay.
with that $5 grand, I took and got started. I think I put 3,000 into the actual business and left another 2,000 in the account just for, you know what I mean, just for
Yeah. Emergency.
operating capital.
Okay.
You don't even really need that though, for real, for real. And the only reason it cost me that was because I started a cleaning franchise.
Mm.
But now that's why I created my company, Clean Biz Network, to help people just start a cleaning company independently without that, so you can keep your whole check and not have to keep giving them most of the money.
Okay. I know you don't have to explain it completely, man, because we gonna touch up on it and put everything in the links and everything below, man. We're gonna have people signing up for your program and stuff. Can you briefly just tell them how you went about like trying to get your accounts? Like how'd you know whether to do residential or whether to do commercial?
Yeah, so that's a good question because a lot of people think you're supposed to start off in residential and work your way to commercial,
Mm.
and you ain't got to. The reason why I knew that I was able to start with commercials, that's why I started working for the guy Pop. You know what I mean? So it was like, because I was already accustomed to that, I already knew, like, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? There's AC in there.
Okay.
You clean it after hours, ain't nobody in there on your back. I had started cleaning the houses, but when I realized, like, sometimes the people be there, you know what I mean? They got extra requests. So I already knew I was going straight to commercial. And so simply get out here with your flyers and your business cards. And my wife would go door to door, one by one by one.
Oh,
Walk
okay.
in. How you have Yeah, and we just got out here and got it one by one. We bought leads. I think we went through a Home Advisor at the time, but they changed over. They got bought out by Angelus, and they ain't the best to go through. But I did use them one time to get one contract. Now I have my own lead generation company, so that way you don't have to go through. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But what else? Going door to door, buying leads, getting on the phone, scheduling appointments with these people, and go present yourself. You know what I mean? Provide them with a quote and see if they want to hire you from there. But you literally just get out here, make some flyers and some brochures, and go door to door and try your hand.
Okay. So that's pretty much the basic old way that it actually works for advertising. Just
exactly. Exactly.
Okay. How long is the process, would you say, to see some like clients, probably stay on for a little while? They might like use you for a couple months and then go on to a different service, or they might not end up needing no more. Like what would you recommend for people that seeing their customers come and go? Like, should they be afraid saying that this business ain't for them, or they should just ride it out like no matter what?
Yeah. So to answer how you lay that off, I'm gonna attack that first. If that's the mindset, then don't do no business at all. I mean, don't never be ready to quit.
Yeah.
And I'd be ready to quit sometimes to this day, even though my situation is a lot easier than it used to be. But sometimes it's just the mental stress of running a company. You know what I mean? Because now I got so many systems in place. Sometimes those systems break, and then I got to go put the fire out. You know what I mean? But don't ever you're going to have those feelings where you think you might want to quit. You might just go back to a regular job. But if you actually succumb to that feeling, then good luck. You know what I mean? For the rest of your life, that means you got to answer somebody else. You know what I mean? So always be ready, prepared to stick it out. Before I started my company, I said, all right, I'm prepared to go bankrupt if I got to. You know what I mean? I'm prepared for these cars to get repo, however it go, because I know one thing, I ain't going back no job. So that's the first thing. Have that mindset in place. Okay. All right, now, I done forgot the question now because I don't went on that tangent.
No, you could. Like, how can you tell them how like common that is for clients to come and go?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so that's not common at all because I was commercial. See, if you go residential, then it might be a little common. But see, in commercial, we deal with actual contracts. So you get a 1-year contract usually. Sometimes they do long term. But every year we contract. So that's number one. And if you do run into that problem, what's happening to you, where you losing customers for whatever reason, then my advice to you is do better. Like learn how to clean. And so the way that I learned how to clean was I used to subcontract for other cleaning company owners, like that first guy I was telling you about. I learned under him. Then I subcontract for like probably 3 or 4 other different cleaning business owners who was able to teach me the game and show me how to get them spider webs up in the corner that nobody's thinking about, or the dust on the ledges on the windowsill, and I mean, or behind the little screws on behind the toilet. You know what I mean? So stuff like that the OGs in the game can teach you. So if you notice something you really want to do, don't just try to get out here and run it like a ghost kitchen. You know what I mean? Where you hiring, you never done it before. Don't be scared to get out here and learn something. And even if you got a subcontract for more experienced people, do that as well.
Okay. I was going to ask you next. You're a one-man team. You just started, and I got 5 accounts, and it's running me to the ground. You know, like every inch, every hour. Like, when should I use subcontractors, or should I try to hire within my own means and just hire out my own help?
Yeah, I think you definitely should be looking to hire immediately. So even if you got one contract, you can hire for real. The key is to not live off the money. You know what I mean? Like, run the business, keep the business completely separate. The business money is the business money, your money, you is you. And it's like, you can pay yourself a portion out of the business money, but you got to make sure the business is set up in a system first. So here's the way I always tell people to do it. Get a contract, clean it yourself so you can learn it, hire somebody else to do it. So maybe clean it for 1 month, get somebody else in it. Get another one, clean it for about a month, maybe a couple of weeks, hire somebody else to do it. Clean it for a little while, hire somebody else to do it. That way you know each account, so can't nobody, you know what I mean? Like, you know how much to pay because you've done it before. So that's number one. You're also learning how to clean so you can help your people if they need help. And when I say help, I don't mean physically, because what we want to do is start getting to the point where you ain't touching it at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when I say help, I mean like you can give them advice on what to do when they run into, this office over there, I keep forgetting the trash can. And you can tell them, oh, see, the reason why I ain't forget that one because I used to go this way instead of that way. You know what I mean? A little stupid stuff. Yeah. When you've done it before. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, how are you about, would you recommend, should they hire strangers or hire family and friends?
I love that question because, all right, so ain't nothing wrong with hiring family. We want to help the family anyway, but I say hire strangers first, only because I tried doing family and friends first, and it didn't work. Versus the second time around when I did strangers first and then with family and friends, they respected it way more when they came to work and they saw, you know what I mean, these people are random people that we don't know respect their agent. You know what I mean? Versus if they come in straight up and ain't nobody else there but me and them, it's like, man, that's broke. You know what I mean? Like they ain't trying to. Okay. So definitely get some strangers first so they can know it's real. You know what I mean?
Okay. Next thing would be, how important is it to network with other people that do what you do, your type of line of business?
I think it's important. You're going to learn a lot in the cleaning business in particular. Like, matter of fact, I got a cleaning business conference coming up in June out here in Jacksonville, the 29th and 30th. But we always have like stuff going on to interact with each other in this industry, and everybody open, bro. Like, matter of fact, literally a guy named Mario Kelly, shout out to him. He was on our Leisure channel. He got an interview by them, but he literally just texted me and showed me his revenue for 2022. You know what I mean? Let me know. Just hit a mill. So it's like we very open. Yeah. So you can straight up say, hey, how much you make? Like, we ask that straight up almost every time before we start conversation, just so we can know, because
hey, man, I get you. It's a pitch for motivation, and like you guys in the same league, so that's obtainable, basically. Like.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's like we motivate each other, and then because we also know too, like in this industry, you got billion-dollar companies, and then you got companies that you lucky if they see 200 a month. Like, that's how wide it can range as far as the income goes. So unless you ask somebody directly, you don't know where they stand. So we got to know where you're at first, so we can know where to meet you at in the conversation. You know what I mean?
Okay. Being that, like, obviously you're real good expert with commercial, like, how would people go about, like, a warehouse or something like that already has their own cleaning company? Would you like leave that alone, knowing that they already have like their own company cleaning service for them already, or do you still pitch that, hey, I could do better, I could beat your prices, I could do more services during the week? Like,
that part, like, here's the thing, and I always have to re-coach like my newer people about this, because like I said, I got a lead generation service too as part of my company, and so sometimes people will get the lead and they go to the walkthrough and they be like, oh, they already had a cleaning company, and I'm like, dog, they supposed to. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because you got to think about it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, how else would it? Like, somebody got to be doing it. So the whole thing is this: if they accepted a meeting with you, that means that they might be open to switching. So it's good if they have a cleaning company. That means that they got a budget already available for it. If they ain't have no cleaning company right now, then it's probably one to three reasons. Either A, the last company just straight up quit without telling them, so they out back and the building's getting trashed right now. Good luck going into a building like that. You know what I mean? Because that means it's something wrong if that happens. Or they fired the person and didn't hire nobody before they fired them. It was just a bad situation. So those are always bad because typically whoever's in charge of the communication there, they probably dropped the ball and the building probably gonna be trashed. So now it's gonna be a lot. So that's usually one case when they ain't got no cleaning company. The second one is a similar to that, but it's a brand new spanking building and whoever's in charge of it dropped the ball and then had because every cleaning company, every new business that opens, they had that line up before they even open their doors because they got to get you know what I'm saying? So they got to get a post-construction cleaning done too. And so usually whoever does the post-construction cleaning get the first dibs at who's going to do the regular ongoing.
Okay.
So at the other time, you're going to see them without a cleaning contract. And then the last one, when else would they not have a cleaning company? If they're just too small. You know what I mean? So if they're just too small, they can't afford it no way. But if you want to, sometimes they be like, if you want to give us a price and see if we can afford it, you can. But it's like, you probably get what $200 a month. You know what I mean? Something like you probably clean up a month. It's like it ain't really work. I mean, you can take that contract, you make some good profit, but the check is small. You know what I mean? You might wait 50% profit, but what's 50% out of 200? You know what I mean? Like that's true. When we do bigger ones that do got contracts already in place, and we just got to sell them on water basis switch.
Okay, make a lot of sense right there. Real quick, what about somebody who's trying to start like? They finally went through their little phase of just bumps to the road in life, you know what I'm saying, making wrong choices, and they know that now that obviously they don't want to work for somebody else, they need to work for themselves, but they got a background. Is that going to hurt them?
It ain't. And so I've interviewed several people on my YouTube channel about this because I like to make sure, because I'm like, hold up. Okay, this one guy said it, but I don't know if it's going to work for everybody else. But I interviewed so many people on my channel, bro, that we helped get started, and I asked them straight up, did their background come up? And they said, one guy said he had, I think, 3 different occasions where it came up, but for most of the part, nobody asked. Ain't nobody checking for that. And then not to mention, if you building the system like I'm teaching, like you ain't gonna be doing the cleaning anyway. So even if they want a background check and you got a background, send in the background of the person that you're sending the cleaning thing. You know what I mean? That's one way to get around it. And like my company too, my last cleaning company that I had in Virginia, I sold that to my brother who was locked up for I think 7 years in prison. And he got his background, but he been running that company for the past, when I said him that, in 2018, so past what, 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, about 5 years now, and he been doing good with it, you know what I mean? But he ain't had no trouble. Revenue is steady going up. So it's definitely possible for somebody, you know what I mean, who need a second chance out
there. Okay. If I've like you said, hire strangers first, would you say, does it matter whether you hire, should you be looking for males or females to be working?
So commercial cleaning, the only reason I would say, it does, first of all, it don't really matter. I will say that the women do seem to be a little bit better at the cleaning, but at the same time, males come in handy for commercial because we doing the cleaning after hours. Daylight saving time comes. You don't want the women out there after hours trying to dump the trash in the dumps and stuff. So it both got its pros and cons. But I had good success with both of them. Most of my staff has always been males though. For commercial.
Okay.
Now, if you go residential, it's definitely gonna backfire if you hire mostly males because people get nervous about being in the house, especially with a black man. And I had that. But if it's commercial, it really don't make a difference though.
Okay. And could you briefly also describe, obviously we know the commercials where the big money's at, but should they exclude residential altogether, or should everyone still at least try it?
I think everybody should try to see what works for them. Like I got to a point where I excluded residential altogether, but that's just me. I see plenty of people killing it with residential that won't touch commercial. I see plenty of people killing it with just Airbnbs that won't do residential or commercial.
Okay, I didn't think about that.
So you just gotta kind of, and then not to mention you got window cleaning, you got just floor specialists where you do strip and wax on. So you can play with all the different niches and figure out which one is yours. Commercial cleaning, like commercial offices, mainly with carpet, that was my thing. But it's up to everybody to figure out what's for them though.
Okay, and then would you recommend them? Should they be contracting out and renting most of their equipment, or should they save money and buy the equipment before they even start the business?
definitely rent. Like the only thing you need to get started is the basics. Like your back. I like a backpack vacuum because you can vacuum hard floors and carpet with them, and you can do like it's way more. It's faster and it has more abilities. But a vacuum, uh, microfiber cloths, a duster, a trash can to roll around, and then put the big trash can in so you can dump the little ones in it.
Mm.
That's basically, and then some spray. You know what I mean? To actually spray on it and then wipe it down. But for the most part, mopping bucket. That's about it. That's the basics that you're really gonna need. So I will pay for that stuff, the original stuff that you can use in every building.
Mm.
But as far as like those big machines, like as far as like a wet vac or a buffer or anything like that,
Mm.
I wouldn't do that. I would just rent those in the beginning, and then if you see yourself consistently getting those type of job,
Mm.
well then you do enough of those jobs, and that money can pay for that. But I'm always a big fan of let the business fund itself. You know what I mean? Don't
Mm.
go just out here just throwing money out, and we don't even know if we're gonna make it back.
Okay. And then for yourself, did you already have like a commercial vehicle? You already have a van or a truck when you started, or like can somebody start off in a car?
Bro, I started off in a black act coupe, man. I had a little coupe, so
Oh yeah,
I had to put my cause I have like a big rolling trash can, like
yeah.
60-gallon joint. Put that in the front seat, in the passenger seat, and lean it all the way back just to get it.
Okay.
And I transported it, you know what I mean, from where I picked up my equipment, I put it in the building. See, that's the good thing about commercial again. You can do it in a car because okay, you might transport it at one time,
Mm.
but once you get a building, you can put it in their janitorial closet and just leave it there. So what I
Mm.
used to do is every time I got a new building, I'll buy my little supplies to keep it in and just leave them there. Now I'm in each building, leave them there. That way we ain't got to transport stuff back and forth. I ain't got to be giving it to my contractors and they losing it and all of that. So
Mm. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. Um, and then when it comes to, I guess you say networking, like with other stuff, like when is it okay to? How long should they have their business before they start venturing off on a new business? So how you said like you had a barbershop for a while. Like how long should they focus on this cleaning business before they start off and try to do the lawn service or go and trying to do real estate or some other stuff like that?
I've been being nice all these years and I've been saying don't do nothing else until you get it passive. Basically, because I don't like that answer no more because okay, well, you can have one building and
Mm.
have it passive. You had one building, 1,000 a month. You pay somebody else $600 a month to do it, and you're making a passive 400. That don't mean you go do a barbershop. That means you go
Yeah.
get 40 more of those. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
So my new, and then I got a little bit mean, and then I said, well, until you're making at least $500,000 a year in your business, don't do nothing else.
Mm.
But now I'm about to change it again, bro. You got to do $1 million. At least do $1 million. And I'm gonna tell you why. First off, because what's the purpose of doing that other thing in the first place? Is if you chasing money, the money already over here, and you know how to work it. So why would we go chase something else completely new and completely different? It's gonna take every business requires a learning process. You got to put them hours in.
Mm.
So why would you go start a whole nother business? Now, if you can go invest in some real estate, that's not really a business, so fine. You can do that on the side. Or if you're gonna put some money in some stocks, fine, do that on the side. Anything 100% passive, a YouTube channel, maybe even though the YouTube ain't as passive, it's gonna work.
Mm.
But you can link that with your cleaning company, like I did. You know what I mean? But anything that you can't like link it to it and make it make sense, a barbershop ain't got nothing to do with a cleaning company. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't do that. And that's why I was broke all them times when I kept doing that. And I mean, I'm trying to do this, that.
Yeah.
No, pick your one thing, grow it. It worked this time, go do what's working. Keep doing it till it works, hit that million, then go have some fun.
Okay. So, like, touching up on the money real quick, man, like, this is new to my ears, man. I didn't even know, like, $1 million, the word million and cleaning company, I'm like, damn, like, that go together? Like, man, I'm going to go ahead and let you take the rest of it, man. Like, advertise, man, what it is you can do and why they need to subscribe to you, man. Like, what is your business going to provide for them?
Yeah, for sure, man. So, I always tell people I like the cleaning business just simply because it's one of the lowest cost businesses that you can start.
So the overhead is low.
Exactly. The overhead is low. And well, I don't know about the overhead. The initial investment is low.
Yeah.
The overhead about 60%. I mean, and if you decide to contract and you want to grow at scale like the franchises do, it can be all the way up to 80%. You know what I mean? It just depends on how you want to scale your business. But it's very low to get started. and very high upside. You can literally make it however much money you want to make, bro, because buildings getting built every single day. You know
True.
what I mean?
Very
And
true.
no company can get them all, but you don't even need them all just to get them. Like $1,000 contract, bro, just $1,000 contract, get 10 of those. You know what I mean? That's 10 grand a month right there. You know what I mean? To get 20, that's 20 grand a month. That's how easy it is. You know what I mean? And that's not even a lot of contracts. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
just, you know what I'm saying? So that's how fast. Now I'm saying 1,000. Some of these contracts 5,000. My guy who just texted me, he does the stadium, so his contract probably more like 50 a month. You know what I mean? Like both, even though he's doing that a month, that's probably 3 contracts though. You know what I mean? So it's like now the concept going all big too though, because if you lose one, you take a big hit. Versus if you get a bunch of small, medium-sized ones, you lose 1 or 2, you don't really feel it, and you just go replace them. But I mean, you scale it however you want to scale it. But yeah, bro, it's multi-millions. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see the highest grossing person that I know right now personally is a guy up in Chicago named Ricky. He's doing. Last I checked, I think he said he was doing 14 million. I know for a fact he's probably doing it now because when I spoke to him before that, he was at 7, and it was only a few months that had passed, and he was at 14. So I was like, man, hell no, bro. Like, I don't know what you doing over there.
That's
he in
crazy
multiple
numbers.
states too. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, and so he got multiple businesses now, but he didn't start doing that till he hit the millions. But now he got a software company too. Now he has he bought an education company about a year ago. So it's like he started venturing out after he hit that million. That's the place. Build it up first. You know what I mean? And free game. Document on the way. That's exactly what I did. I wouldn't be who I am today if I weren't on YouTube Live. You go on my YouTube channel, AJ Simmons on YouTube, and just look it up, bro. You'll see it. I was in a little dusty, clean business shirt every, you know what I mean? And from 2014 all the way on up, you know what I mean? And so you can see the growth now. And so my advice is if you want to get started with a cleaning company, check out my website, cleanbiznetwork.com. We have cleaning business starter kits available. We ship all the equipment to you. We got an online course you can take. I do weekly Zoom calls for the group at 5 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesday. We got bidding calculator. So I told you I got a mobile app as well. So you want to get a bidding calculator with that, proposal generator, everything. You know what I mean? Whatever you need, bro. I set it up and I forgot about the lead generation as well. Like I said, I got a whole telemarketing service within my company where I got people tell us where you live. We'll call the businesses in your area and schedule that appointment for you. All you gotta do is show up and what I told you to do inside the course, close the deal. You know what I mean? So check us out if you want to get
it all out for them.
For real, bro. I swear to God, because I want to make sure that ain't nobody got to, number one, get robbed by the franchises like I did. I don't want nobody to go through that route. And 2, because I got to keep my name clean out here. You know what I mean? Like I ain't trying to be one of them ones. Oh, he one of them influencer guys. He's a scammer. Nah.
I guess.
You come through my shit, you gonna know. If you ain't get results, it was on you specifically. Like you just straight up didn't do it. But everything is there for you to win, bro. And in the hell, at the very least, I don't know how many now. It might be I don't think of it. It might be 1,000 shit. I don't know. But I got hundreds of videos on my YouTube channel with just free games, nonstop. You know what I mean? So definitely hop over there too, even if you don't go to my website and get nothing.
Okay. And then lastly, like I'm trying to start a business. I signed up with CBN, man. Obviously, I know you get this all the time. It's probably the first question. How much money am I gonna make in my first year?
How much money are you gonna make in your first year? It is up to you, right? But let's just say low scale. Yeah. On the low scale, absolutely lowest you should make. Absolutely lowest. $2,000 a month, you should easily get that. The lowest. Highest I've seen from somebody the first year, I think it was probably, I think it might have been 30 or 40,000 between them two a month, and that's a month, not per year.
And that's just that's just somebody that's just driven, like man, like
straight up, straight up. That's stuff that I can't teach. Like they're taking what I'm teaching them and applying their drive.
You know what I mean? You pretty much building the car and handing it to them. They have to learn, have the good equity and good habits to be driving the car right and get where you need to go.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Man, I love what you're doing, man. Especially, man, being a black man like out here, man. Business owners, man, speaks really, really high. That's good, man.
For sure. Appreciate that.
And lastly, man, because you know what my channel is about, man, we about like self-improvement and just financing, man, trying to give people free game, man, and point them in the right direction where to find the right stuff. I like that you shared like briefly with showing that you had the backbone, man, that you had your girl supporting you, man. And a lot of guys out here just like being told on YouTube, man, just like build yourself up, man, get game, man. The girl comes later type thing, man. But like you have a story that's actually kind of rare. Can you share with them real quick, man, on how you guys went through the ups and downs and how you guys made it through the whole thing? Like you're saying, from like having nothing, how she literally build with you, not that whole like I was already established and then I went and found me a girl.
So I'm gonna talk about that real quick. I'm gonna touch on that. First off, that right there that they say about get yourself together first, I agree 1,000% with that. As a matter of fact, I did that. It's just that I did it quick. You know what I mean? So I start my whole story on this at 19, but it's a lot more before that. You know what I mean? So I actually met her at 16. And we dated a little bit. You know what I mean? But it didn't last. And I wanted her ass. I really wanted to keep her, but I couldn't. And so I wasn't able to get her back until I went into the National Guard, got on my feet, you know what I mean, and came back home in that black act, you know what I mean, and got my money together. You know what I mean? So now I was like, oh, now the money, you know what I mean, matching the potential that she thought was there. And I asked her straight up when I came home. I don't know if she'd get mad if I shared this, but it's true. But I asked her straight up, this is way back then, right? Yeah. I said, Gina, if I ain't never would have got off the streets and got my life together, do you think you would have got back with me then? She said, no. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So just listen, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit hurt my feelings a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she kept it
in
real.
the moment, but the only reason it's real, and I respected it because honestly, when I thought about it, that's just standards. If she was, you know, the whole type or a different type of, I would have wanted her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
true.
So it's just
Very
like,
true.
didn't get mad at it. You know what I mean? So like, because I wouldn't want my daughter with no guy that ain't got his stuff together either. So I understood it. You know what I mean? I got over that. You know what I mean? A long time ago, but I just wanted to touch on that. So definitely put your like, if you just lock in on getting the bag, keeping yourself in physical shape, you know what I mean? I definitely worked out, you know what I mean? Still do. If you lock in on that, most of the time, that fixes everything else. The women come. The confidence will be there for you, all that. So I agree with that, even though I was able to do that early, so it seemed like I ain't have to go through that. Okay. Now, as far as me and her building together, bro, I could take up a whole nother hour just talking about that. So I'm going to try to keep it free.
I'm already knowing.
But, man, that right there was a gift and a curse because, and mostly a gift, though. And I'm grateful for it, but it was a gift because, number one, in the beginning, I was able to cheat. Like when like I said, we was 19 when our first apartment. I always had a reputation as a guy in my city as the guy, a hustler, and I mean getting money. But see, it was a lot easier to have money when I'm splitting the bills. You know what I mean? With somebody that got a job too. You know what I mean? And then the sacrifice that we had to do, like we had a real nice luxury apartment for our first apartment, and so and we had 2 cars. Most people didn't even have one yet. You know what I mean? So it was like, we had to sacrifice though to maintain all of that. You know what I mean? I had a flat screen TV before everybody did. You know what I mean? Okay. And but we sacrificed. Like I had a budget. We literally used to follow the envelope method before I knew that Dave Ramsey told people do that. I thought I made that. You know what I mean? I literally was like, okay. You know what I mean? I was like, man, if the rent is $1,000, all we got it. Which back then that shit was probably like $600. You know, everything was cheaper then. I was like, if the rent $1,000, all you gotta do is divide that by 4. So just take $250 out of your check every month if you get paid every week. Take $500 out the check if you get paid every 2 weeks. That was a little basic stuff I just came up with. And I never forget, I was working at Walmart one time, and the guy was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be broke this week. It's rent check." And I was confused. I could not understand why he said that because I knew for me you just divide it up. Every check was the same to me because I always, you know what I mean, divided it up. But I realized after a while, most people don't do that. They take the whole thing.
The whole thing.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know that. So, but she used to struggle, man. She never get her hair and nails done. She had to walk around with that same ponytail every day. She looked mad every day. You know what I mean? I used to be pissed about it because it's like, you look like you ain't happy. You know what I mean? She used to bother me, but I used to always just like, you know what? I'd be mad too if the money was messed up. And you hear what you do that for real, you might feel like you settling. You might feel like you could do better. That's how I kind of used to carry myself. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure I get in a position to where she don't got to feel like that. You know what I mean? And so we just kind of built and struggled through that together. And now the curse part of it is, though, people change.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
We
especially
definitely had some, you see what I'm saying? We grew up a lot. I changed a lot. She changed a lot. And things that I wanted at first, I didn't want anymore. Things that she didn't want it first. She didn't want any more, and then also things that we thought we didn't want, we started to want. So you have to literally like grow up together, be patient, all type of stuff,
Okay.
all type of stuff.
Man, that's
But
what's
I
up though.
mean, we're definitely gonna keep it together as long as that money keeps increasing. Number one, you're gonna definitely need some good sex, so that helps,
Yeah.
and you got to be physically attracted to each other.
Always.
And most important, the number one thing that held us down, no matter what, bro, is loyalty. I
Okay.
ain't never been. I mean, we never had our name drug out here by nobody. Can't nobody say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it was done or not is beyond me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All I
Yeah.
know is they never happened, and that's the way I expected to stay. You know what I mean? That loyalty, that's something you can't buy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you got somebody that's loyal to you, bro, just rock with them. You know what I mean? Because apparently they rock with you. So, I ain't really get to go in on the story about the struggles and all that like I wanted to in detail,
No,
but I'm
no,
gonna
I
keep
get
it
you,
brief
but
for you.
yeah, but no, they'll get the idea of it, man. And man, between money, finances, man, your relationship, man, shout out to that, man. Success. Appreciate you, man, doing the show, man. I'm gonna hook up all the links, man. All your handles gonna be in here, and then I say you should have some people, man, signing up here within the next week or two. I'll edit this thing, man. I'll get it chopped up. It'll be up on Monday.
Perfect. Appreciate that, bro. With Tunchi, right?
Yep.
All right,
All
man.
right,
Appreciate
man.
you, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
Thanks.
Yep.